This is FBI Breaking News.
The Department of Justice has just extended the deadline for comments on the hate crimes bill to 31st January 2017. For everybody that wrote to Mr. Tiras, I want to thank you because we've got that extension. Now, the important thing is that we write to the Department of Justice on the hate crimes bill. And to help you understand the threats that we face in this bill, I've invited Steve Swart, a member of the ACDP, and he serves on the Justice Portfolio Committee. So, Steve, what are the critical things we need to look out for here?
Thank you, Errol. We need to be very aware that this has wide implications for freedom of speech, freedom of religion. And if you look at the broad definitions in this act, you will see that it could be a crime for you from the pulpit to speak out against abortion, against prostitution, against homosexuality. It will have a severe consequence for freedom of religion. So that is why we are saying write in to the Department of Justice. The bill will be sent to Parliament later, but it's very key now for you to write in and say, yes, the positive parts of this bill we support. We support all efforts to fight racism, to fight unfair discrimination in our nation, but we are opposed to any form of chilling of our religious freedom, which will restrict us spreading the gospel and the truth.
Now Steve, the two things that we're looking out here in the bill is the broad definitions that constitute hate crimes, which is, you can offend somebody, you can ridicule somebody, not meaning to, and you say something and that all of a sudden there is a prosecution against you. The second thing we want to look at is getting a religious exemption in the bill, and we want pastors, we want Christians out there to write and request a religious exemption in this bill, because what we're saying is preaching and teaching from the Word of God on sexual sin is not hate speech. It's not a hate crime because we preach in love. Am I correct, Steve?
You are absolutely, Errol, and we need to make that definition and that distinction very clearly. So ask for an exemption for religious institutions and say that this is not incitement to do harm to people when we preach in love. Incitement to do harm is what the Constitution says, which limits the freedom of expression, freedom of speech. And this is not incitement to cause harm. It has a chilling effect on freedom of speech and on our freedom of religion. Okay. So it is very important for us to express that.
So we urge you, please write today. The email address is on your screen. Write. Speak about the broad definitions of the bill, speak about religious exemption, your concern with this bill, and its potential to stifle free speech, free expression, and religious freedom right now.